Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and we will be talking about looking for an apartment or looking for a flat during this hour. Thank you all for coming. And again, my name is Holly, and I am from Idaho in the United States, and where it is now 2 a.m., and I am a weekend night owl. So, welcome, everyone. Hi, Vitaly. How are you?
Hello, Holly, I'm fine, thank you.
I haven't seen you in a long time. But I forgot. I remember your name and I remember your dog's picture, but I've forgotten what country you're from.
Yeah, you are right. I'm from Russia. I have
Russia.
been, yes, I have
Yeah.
been a long period to prepare for intermediate level. Okay,
Uh,
now that's I'm here to try again.
awesome. Yeah. So you've been away for a while.
Yeah, yes, I'm practice these beginners classes.
Okay. Got awesome. I get it. All right. Well, welcome back. So,
Thank you.
and Monica, welcome again. Nice to see you again.
Hi again.
Hi again. And hello, Maria. It's Maria Yose.
Yeah, yes. Hello, how are
Hello.
you?
Very good. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. And do you want me to call you Maria Jose or just Maria?
Maria, if you prefer.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'll
mind.
probably do both names. I don't know because I never know when there's two names if you're supposed to say both names or not. So,
Really, truly, my family
uh-huh.
call me Marie Jose,
Oh,
which
they
is
do.
an abbreviation from both of them.
Okay. Okay. All right. Awesome. And you are from Spain?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I thought as much just because of the name, but then of course there are a lot of Spanish-speaking countries, but most of those people are asleep right now. So, um, all right, it's nice to meet you, Maria, Maria Jose.
Thank
Jose,
you.
I can't do the Jose right, but I'll try. So awesome. All right. Well, just to introduce myself a little, I know Monica knows me a little. My name is Holly, and I am from the United States. I'm from Idaho. Um, Idaho is in the Pacific Northwest region or the mountain region, depending on the part of the state you're in. Um, and I'm just about 5 miles from Oregon right now. So that's so I'm close to the state of Oregon, about probably about 4 hours from Utah. So um, let's see. Just a little about me. I started teaching English in 1994 in South Korea, and then I started teaching online in 2006. Besides teaching in South Korea, I have also taught in Finland, so I know a little bit about the Finnish culture as well. And I came back to the States almost 6 years ago now, really 5.5 years ago, because I knew I could teach online. So, and I started here at Verbling about 8 months ago or 7 months ago. So, and welcome, Jin Yu. Can you speak?
Hi, teacher.
All right, 3 classes in a row. Wow, it's nice to see you. This is
Your
great.
work, your work is similar to my work.
Yes.
When I began to teach, I have
Uh-huh.
to continue speak. I have to continue speaking for 3 hours every time.
Uh-huh. Yep. Three, four
Every
hours.
time.
I
It's
I try.
very similar to you.
Yep. I try not to do more than 3 hours in a row. However, one time, I think it was in October or November, I had two of the tutoring sessions between the other sessions, so I had 6 lessons in a row. I was like, oh wow,
No,
but
you
it
are
just
full
happened.
of you are full of energy.
Yeah, well, actually, you get the as you know from your students, you get the energy from your students. I am always energized after I teach, and then I can't go to sleep. So anyway, during this lesson, we are going to talk about looking for an apartment, and this is actually it's a very personal topic for me because currently I am doing just that, and I'm trying to decide right now, do I rent or do I buy? So I'll be in the future, in future classes, ask me, how's your apartment or your house hunting going, Holly? So, all right. So, first question. The first question we'll do you rent or own your house or apartment? So, Maria Jose, do you rent or own your house or apartment?
I own my apartment. But because I think that in Spain there is a culture of buying an apartment instead of renting it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Because when you own your apartment, then it's more difficult if you change your job and you have to change from one city to another. You have to look for a new apartment, and then you own your apartment in one city and have to work in another city, so you have to rent it there. I don't know why this culture here.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it makes more sense to own. So, because the rent, when you rent, you are paying somebody else. When you own it. So.
Yeah, but I own my apartment because it was from my family, from my father, and my father left me it, so I didn't have to buy it.
Awesome.
But if you have to buy it, you have to, you have to pay for them for 25 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You are old and you are still paying for your apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and that is called your house loan. That is called a mortgage.
Mortgage, yes.
Yeah, mortgage. Yeah, and like my sister and I were talking about it today. Okay, Holly, if you decide to buy and you get a mortgage, you have to do 15 years. So instead of 25 or 30. So I'll go lower, but yeah, I think in the States you can do up to 30 or 35, 40 years. I'm like, really? Wow. So how about Monica? How about you? Do you rent or own your house or apartment?
No, I own my apartment as well, and probably for the same reason that Maria has just said, because we have a same culture to own an apartment. And basically, if you know you are not moving in another city, you have a stable work job in this city, you tend to own an apartment, to buy it rather than rent it.
Okay, excellent. And Vitaly, how about you? Do you own or rent your house or apartment?
Never rent an apartment. I have my own flat, and sometimes, some period of my life, I have rent a garage.
Oh, you've rented a garage for your car.
Actually, there is no car, but I for my own these tools, this.
Okay, for your extra things.
Yes.
So basically, you rented a garage for storage.
Like
right?
this.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Excellent. And Jinyu, how about you? Do you rent or own your house or apartment?
5 years ago, I rented some flats with my family. My wife always complained about rent. She often said to me, I can't bear the tough life. I want my own house. I decided buy my own house. I'm living in my own house, but I would pay off the mortgage in 5 years.
Okay, so you have 5 more years for the mortgage.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. And hello, is it Joima or Yoima?
Yes, Joima, thank you.
Joima. Okay.
Good morning.
And where are you from, Joima?
From Spain.
Spain. Awesome. Well, welcome. And question for you: do you own or rent your own apartment or house?
In my own apartment with my husband and my son.
Okay, so you own your own apartment.
Yeah, we bought this apartment. Whoa, a lot 20 years ago.
Okay, awesome. All right, and so I am the only person here that does not own right now. So I was just telling my sister yesterday.
Then, I'm sorry. Then I am older than you.
No, I don't think so. But I was just telling my sister yesterday that if I would have stayed in Finland, where I own my own home, I would have it paid off in 5 years. So I was like, oh, and now I'm at the point of looking for a new home, either buying or renting. So that is the case now. So I didn't even think about it when I chose this topic for today, and then I realized, oh, gee, what timely. So what a timely one. All right, so let's look at some vocabulary words. We've got pick someone up, or to pick someone up, a deposit, dingy, to be fed up with, and out of one's price range. So let's start with Jinyu. Can you read the right-hand side and match that with one of these?
Be bored, annoyed about something.
So what would that be?
4. Be fed up with.
Yes, so to be fed up with. So this is a phrasal verb here. Right, and Vitaly, could you read the next one?
Deposit.
No, on the right-hand side, the next side.
Oh, dark, unpleasant.
And what word would that be? What do you think? No worries if you're wrong.
Okay, dark. I know that is dark, but unpleasant. It's ungood, unwell.
Not good. Yeah, it's not good. So which word over here does this mean? Anybody? Can anybody help him?
Dingy, I guess.
Okay. Yes, dingy. I think this is probably a new word for many of you. So dingy. If you walk into a house and it's dark and unpleasant and it isn't very nice, then you could call it, oh, this is a really dingy place. So if you're looking for a place and it's dingy, maybe you don't want to buy it or you don't want to rent it. So.
Excuse me, dingy is unclean? Means unclean too?
Not necessarily. No, it's dark. It's not necessarily unclean.
Okay.
It can be, there can be a dingy place that is also unclean, but usually it's just so for example, I think the best example for me is a basement. When you go down into especially an unfinished basement. You go down there and it's scary and it's dark and to me that's dingy. I walked in an apartment in a house I rented when I first came back to the U.S. from Finland. I rented a house and my furnace went down. My heater went down, and so I needed to go down to the basement. And this is a dark, dingy, very terrible place. And I went down there and I opened the door, and I felt I needed to turn the light on. So I turned the light on, and on the floor was a dead cat.
Yeah. Thanks.
So I screamed and went right back upstairs. But that to me is an example of a dingy place. And I called the people I rented. I was like, "There's a dead cat in my basement." So it was terrible. So all right, Monica, can you read the next one?
Take someone in a car or motorbike. Pick someone up.
Yeah, to pick someone up, like from the airport or something like that. Perfect. Okay, and Maria, can you read the next one?
Yeah, too expensive. Out of one's price range.
Out of one's price range. Perfect. Or you can say out of my price range, out of his price range, so forth. Okay, and then Joyma, can you read the next one?
Devored? Sorry.
Yeah, could you read the
Devored?
money where it says money right here?
Oh, sorry, because I don't know where I must read devored and money. Okay. Money paid when first moving into an apartment.
Perfect. Okay, and what would that be?
Yeah, when you are renting, pay a quantity of money the first time. It's because it maybe can be any accident, any thing broken. It's a kind of I can't find the word. Security. A kind of security of I don't know which is the right word.
Okay, it's actually called
deposit. Okay, it's deposit. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's actually called in reality it's called a security deposit.
Okay.
Yeah, but in at least in the States we call it a security deposit. We don't just call it a deposit, and I'm not sure why, but that's you don't ever really see somebody say you have to pay a deposit. They say a security deposit.
Deposit.
And hello, Cornell and Moises, welcome.
Hi, Holly. Hi.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
I am always late today.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Maybe you're taking care of your baby. So
no, I am organizing the computer.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
From restart, and I hope everything will be okay with it.
Okay. And Moises, are you the same Moises from Spain?
Yes.
No, are you different? Are you the same person that has been in my classes before?
Yes.
Okay, because you sounded like the same person, but you changed your picture.
Yes.
Is that your girl? Are those your girls?
Yeah, they are my kids. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, awesome. All right. So what we're going to do is quickly go through this reading. So let's talk. Look, Cornell, why don't you be Joe, and Monica, you be Carol.
Okay.
So, have you found a new apartment yet?
No, and I'm getting really fed up with looking around places.
What about the place on Queen Street?
It was really disappointing. The rooms were really dingy and the carpets were threadbare.
Well, that's no good. Are you looking around anywhere else?
Yeah, I'm seeing a place on Pine Street tomorrow afternoon, but it's almost out of my price range. It's though paying the deposit and the rent up front.
Why don't I come with you tomorrow? I am free all day.
Really? I'd love a second opinion. I'll pick you up at 1.
Okay, thanks so much.
Perfect. All right. So one thing as far as pronunciation, this word right here, tough, and we have
Okay.
T-O-U-G-H, and in that pronunciation, it's tough. Now this,
Tough.
the O-U-G-H and the A-U-G-H words are really hard for people to. I mean, you just basically have to memorize the pronunciation. Okay, because it's like, okay, is there, do you say the GH or not? So we have this one. We also say the GH. That's cough, and it does. The spellings just do not make sense in English. Then we have, of course, we have though, and the GH is not pronounced at all. And we have thought, where the TH is not, the GH is not pronounced. And these are just some examples where we've got tough and cough, where we say an F sound, but then we have though and that, where we don't, this is silent, completely silent. So, so it's really important that for these words, you probably just need to memorize how to pronounce them, because there's no rhyme or reason why it is that way, and native speakers have to do the same thing. So, all right.
Sorry, teacher, can you reading again for words?
Okay, these 4 words, yeah.
Yes.
Tough, cough, though, thought.
Okay.
So here we have the O-U-G-H, and they're all pronounced differently. So that makes no sense at all. And I remember talking to my brother when I first came back to the States in 2009, and he said, "Holly, the English language is stupid." he said, of course, that's the only language he knows, but he said it's stupid because there's no reason for our spelling. So, and this is just one example. As you know, we've got tough. Why is OU this an ah and this an and why is this an O? You know, and why is this a f and this an nothing? So this is just an example of why English is hard to learn. Anyway, does everybody know what threadbare means?
No, I don't know. I was going to ask you.
Yeah, I kind of thought so. So what I did is, ahead of time, I pulled up Google images, and this is an example of threadbare. See how this this animal, a lot of the fur is gone, or the sock. The sock has part of the material is gone. That means it is threadbare. So some of these I don't completely agree. This is another example of threadbare, where it basically becomes very, very thin. This to me is not threadbare. That's just a hole. So to me that's just a hole. It's not threadbare. But maybe this part is a hole right here.
Holly, it is not threadbare. It is fashionable.
Yeah, it's true. In some places it is fashionable.
Yeah.
I used to get irritated when I was in June. I think it was when I was about 13 or 14. Whenever I would buy jeans, my knees would always get threadbare and they would always turn white. And so through most of my high school years, I never wore jeans because I hated them, because they would always go threadbare. But that was before it was popular. So, all right, are there any other words here that you do not know?
Up front.
Up front, okay. So yeah, it's tough paying the deposit and the rent up front. So upfront means before. So in this respect, you pay the deposit and the rent before you move in. So, for example, in my case, if I decide to move tomorrow, I have to have about $1,000 for security deposits and pet deposits, and then another 1,000 or 15, 5 to 800 for rent. So I have to have almost $2,000 to move. And I think that depends on the country how that is. But I think in a lot of your countries, I think it's very similar. So, any other words?
Excuse me, in that sentence, could we say rent and the rent before, or that is impossible to say?
It's tough. We probably wouldn't say before. What we would say, if you don't say up front, probably what we would say is ahead of time.
Okay. Thank
But
you.
I wasn't sure, so that means the same thing. But if I used up front ahead of time, I'm not sure people understand that one either.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What
so
about
ahead of time means before as well.
in advance? In advance?
In advance would work too.
Okay.
Yeah, in advance. Yeah, but not before. Any other words or phrases in this, or questions of any kind? So, so Cornell and Moises, you were not here for the word dingy. Do you guys know what that means?
Dingy threadbare.
No. Dingy.
Dirty.
Doesn't mean thread. Dirty, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not dirty, dark. It's dark and pleasant. For example, this would be a dingy apartment would be like this. Not necessarily dirty. Some of them are, but kind of dark and not not a fun place to be. So sometimes they are dirty, but not always. All right, let's go on. So let's ask and answer the questions. Vitaly, is Carol enjoying looking around apartments?
No, Carol think that all that they found is not unpleasant.
Yeah.
It's unpleasant.
Yeah. So she is not enjoying it. Yes. Correct. All right. Thank you, Vitaly. And what were the problems with the Queen Street apartment? Joyma.
Oh, the Queen's Street apartment was really, really disappointing because the rooms were really dingy and the carpets were threadbare.
Perfect. And the carpet was threadbare. Perfect. Okay. And the next question. Maria, can she afford the apartment on Pine Street?
Not really, because she had to pay for the deposit in advance, and it would be tough for her to do it.
Okay, so she can, but she can afford it. See, she goes, it's almost out of my price range. So she goes, yes, she can, but it's almost out of her price range. So it's not out of her price range. So she can afford it, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult because of the security deposit and and things like that. So, all right, let's look at the let's look at this vocabulary and let's match the opposites. We have gloomy, overpriced, spacious, shabby, modern. We have well-kept, old, bright, cramped, and good value. All right, so let's, Moises, could you match one of these? So this would be matching the opposites.
Let me see. It's the opposite, no? Okay. It's not, for example, modern, old.
Yes, modern and old. Very good. Modern and old. Okay. And Monica.
I don't know what cramped mean. Cramped.
Okay. Cramped. Let me show you a Google image, and that might help with that. A cramped apartment, for example, it really is where you don't have a lot of space. You have too little place for all the things you have.
Okay, so the opposite is spacious.
Yeah. So this is an example of a cramped apartment. Just very, 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 very small, and I know this is This is a good example. The hotels. Oh, what is it? There's these hotels in Japan. Is it like the capsule hotels? Has anybody seen those?
Mm-hmm.
This capsule hotel, Japan. This would be an example of a cramped hotel room.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen these? I would love to stay in one.
No.
We have to go to Japan to try.
Yeah, only in Japan.
At least one.
Yeah, this is a wow. How do they get up there?
For us, it's terrible.
That's just amazing. I don't know what just happened. Oh, this is somebody's blog. But anyway, that would be an example of cramped right there. So yeah, so the opposite is spacious. Opposite is spacious here. Cramped. Vitaly, can you choose one? Can you match?
Overpriced is opposite to good value.
Overpriced is opposite to good value. Good. Okay. Now, as far as pronunciation, remember with the ed words, the e is silent most of the time. So this one, overpriced. So this one actually is, instead of, because we've got the C here, it actually sounds like a T. Okay, so overpriced.
Overpriced.
Yeah, overpriced. And there's specific rules for that, and it depends on the word, the letter, the sound that comes before it, as to whether you would say, for example, this word, because there's a T here, you would say the ed, so you would say gifted. But this one, because it's a C, it's a sound, you would say t, overpriced. So, all right.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Jinyu, can you do one of these?
Shabby, well kept. Well kept.
Okay. Shabby is well kept, yes. Okay. And then Joyma, can you do gloomy?
Gloomy is bright because gloomy means melancholic.
Yes, exactly. And so you can describe an apartment as gloomy, but you can also describe a person as gloomy. If the person is very melancholic, they would be gloomy. Absolutely. Very good. All right. Cornell, tell me, how would you describe not the place you're living in now, but your very first apartment using some of these words?
It was well kept because I like well kept room and promises and everything. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you well equipped. All right, Maria.
Yeah.
How about you? How would you describe your very first apartment?
Little cramped because we had very little space for people.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was you don't have enough space for everything.
Okay. And so it was all very cramped. Very good. All right. And Moises, how about you? How would you describe your very first apartment?
It was, I think, spacious.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. And Monica, how about you? Excuse me.
Well, before moving into my apartment, I used to live with my parents in their house, and it was spacious and with modern furniture.
So with your parents, and how about before you moved into your current apartment?
Yes.
Oh wow, okay. And Vitaly, how about you? Could you describe your very first apartment?
I can't remember, but I thought it was a big castle with shiny lamps.
Excellent, big castle. As far as castle goes, and you're choosing a lot of words, Vitaly, that have silent letters. So I'm sorry about that. This one, we actually pronounce it like this. Of course, we have the soul. So the T is silent. Usually, when there's three consonants in a row like this.
Castle.
Yeah, castle. So the T is silent here because I'm not sure why they've done that, but that is one of the rules. So thank you, Jinyu. How about you? Could you describe the first place that you lived as an adult?
The first apartment I lived was very gloomy, shabby.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
And I don't know how to describe that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's very small.
It was very small.
And it was put one bed.
So say that again. It was what?
Only one bed can be put into rent room.
Oh, okay. So you had no room for any furniture besides one bed. Wow. Okay. Awesome. All right. And Joyma, how about your first apartment? What can you describe what that was like?
Yes, my first apartment was small, but not too much small, about 90 meters quadrados, and but very very bright because it looked at south, faced south.
Okay. So was it 90 meters, 90
Yes.
square meters, or 19?
No, 90.
Yeah. So remember when we say that we stress the last part.
Stress.
19. Yeah, so when you said it's very small, it's 90 square meters, I was like, really? That's really big. But 19 is very tiny, very, very tiny. So, all right. So let's go ahead and practice this.
But I'm sorry, but my apartment 90. For this reason, I told you small, but not too much.
Okay, so it's 90 square meters.
90 square meters.
Okay, 90. Okay, and this one we say 9 and D. This is kind of
90.
90 is how we pronounce it.
90.
So, all right. Let's go on to vocabulary building 3. Let's fill in the spaces using the vocabulary from exercise 5. Let's start with Moises. Could you do number 1?
Yes. Look at this apartment. The wallpaper is really. It's really. Can I see the? It's the. Is really
words.
Shabby.
Well, okay. The wallpaper is really shabby. Okay.
Or old. Either shabby or old.
Shabby or old. Yeah, either one of them. Perfect. All right. Number 2, Monica.
Most apartments in this area are far too expensive. This one, however, is good value.
Okay. Is good value. Right, and Maria, could you do number 3?
Yeah, the garden looks very well kept. The last tenant must have loved gardening.
Yes. All right, and Cornell, could you do number 4?
These rooms are really gloomy. It's really difficult to see anything.
Okay. Excellent. All right, now the next activity, we're supposed to have you guys draw a basic plan of your house, but that's kind of hard in this environment since we don't have the ability to do that here. So can you guys just we'll practice English by having each one of you describe where you are living right now. So bear with me a moment. I'll just use that as my paper. So let's just describe where you're living right now. So why don't we start with Vitaly? Can you tell us where do you live? Is it an apartment, a house? How many rooms?
Okay. It's a castle placed in heaven. So there is so shiny. And I have maybe 1,000 rooms. These my servants.
Uh-huh.
So I also have a flying island and a bridge, some to connect this it, and maybe little river falling from the moon.
I see you have a flying island to connect connected with a bridge. Okay.
Yes.
Connected with a bridge. And what was the last part?
And also a river falling from the moon.
And also a river, a river falling from the moon.
Is that real?
I think you've heard me say, maybe you've heard me, Vitaly, say, it's okay to lie, not lie, to tell, as long as you're speaking English, right? So,
Oh my God.
yeah, as long as you're speaking English in class, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. So, is this true?
Yes, and I want to draw this.
Okay. So, Vitaly, could you tell my dad hello? He's up in heaven too. My grandparents, could you let them know that I said hello? So, awesome. Joyma, can you describe your house? And it can be fun like this one, or it can be.
My flat is not a castle like that. Our flat is big because it has 300 meters, and it's a big, yeah. And we have 4 rooms and very big dining room. But the most important thing for me is our apartment is very, very bright because all rooms are exterior, and you know that Spain is a sunny country, and that is the most important for me, for us.
All rooms are exterior. What do you mean by that?
For rooms?
What do you mean by all rooms are exterior?
Exterior. Every room has light, has windows.
Oh, every room has. Okay, every room has many. Every room has many windows. Okay. All right. Now, when you say 4 rooms, do you mean 4 bedrooms or do you mean 4 rooms?
I'm sorry, 4 bedrooms.
Okay, 4 bedrooms. Okay, and because having lived in Europe, I know that when they say 4 rooms, they mean living room, kitchen, bedrooms. So, but in English, we say, for example, we'll say 2 bedroom, 2 bath, because every home has a living room and kitchen, and so we will always say the size of the house based on the size of based on the number of rooms. Mm-hmm. So when I was a little girl, for 1 year we lived in a 7-bedroom house. So it was 7 bedrooms. It was huge, and but of course they had 5 kids, and my parents had 5 kids, and so it was a perfect size for their growing family. But unfortunately, we only lived there for 1 year. So, all right, Cornell, could you tell us about your home, or you can make it up?
Yeah, my dream home could be like a Mediterranean house with I don't need many rooms because I think it is not appropriate for me. I need a gym and a sauna and pool.
Mm-hmm.
And football pitch, small football pitch in the garden. And
football what? Pitch?
Football pitch. Or football court.
Okay, football field.
Field, okay.
Yeah.
Football field, and quite huge garden with with an empty places to play my son.
Yeah, so empty spaces for
For
your
playing with my son.
for playing with my son. Okay. Now, one thing here.
And location could be near the beach.
Okay, okay, of course, near the beach because it's a Mediterranean house. Near the beach. Okay, now, one thing that you said, and I changed it, and I want to tell you why. You said a quite huge garden. And the reason I changed this to a really huge garden, because I've learned that in with the word quite, in British English, it is different than American English. In American English, it means really, okay, but in British English, it is kind of less than average. So it's not actually used the same as really. And that's one thing I learned when I was in Finland. I was very surprised by that. The quite in British English, quite is a little bit different. It doesn't mean really. So anyway, so I went ahead and changed that. So all right, Maria, can you tell us about either your dream home or the home you live in now?
Yeah, my apartment has 3 rooms. One of them I use for like a studio, you know, when I have my computer and my books to study.
Okay. One moment, Maria. What did you say? My foreman? My apartment. Okay, my apartment. Okay.
My apartment
has 3 rooms. Okay.
And one of them, I use it to study, you know, with my computer and my books and everything I need.
Mm-hmm.
Another room is the main bedroom, and I have an extra room to be used when my nephew and nieces come to visit. So I have a place so they can stay with me. Or any guests.
Okay.
It's located in the center of my village, so it's very comfortable because when I come, I just park my car and I don't have to use it. I can move it walking from one place to another.
Oh wow, that's what I was just telling my mom I wanted that type of life. It's located in the center. It's really nice because I don't have to use my car. That's awesome.
There is only one problem, is that I have a church very, very near, and the bells are always sounding. And here there is always something to celebrate. Now, for example, I have to close all the windows because if not, it would be impossible for me to hear you.
Okay. All right. You said my apartment has 3 rooms and one of them is used as a study.
Yeah.
Another room is you said the main bedroom, and I changed that to the master bedroom. Because usually that's how we'll say is the master bedroom. So we'll call it master bedroom, and all the other bedrooms will say bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, like that. And then I have an extra room for my nephew and nieces, and then I put this in parentheses. You could say I have an extra room for guests. I have a guest room. Okay. It is located in the center, and it is really nice because I don't have to use my car. And I was just telling my mom that's what I want. A church is close by, and the church bells are loud. So, all right, excellent. Excellent. So, Moises, could you tell us either your dream home or where you live now?
Yes, I live in a 3-bedroom apartment one sitting room, one dining room, and a large kitchen, 2 bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
One advantage is that it has very good sights because there are no buildings in front. There is a park, and we get the sun or the whole afternoon. And one disadvantage is that we don't have parking in our building.
Okay. So and you spoke so quickly I couldn't write it all down. So I live in a 3-bedroom apartment. It has a
I live
kitchen.
in a 3-bedroom apartment, and one dining room,
Mm-hmm.
one dining room, and one sitting room.
Sitting room. Uh-huh.
A large kitchen.
A large kitchen. Okay.
And 2 bathrooms.
And 2 bathrooms. Okay. And okay.
One advantage is that we have good sights because there are no front, and we get the sun.
And one advantage, I'm just going to say, one advantage is the scenery, and the disadvantage is there's no parking.
No parking in the building.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay. All right. And one thing here, a lot of times we would describe this apartment, Moises, we would call it, we would say, I live in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. And we wouldn't actually say anything about the sitting room or the dining room or kitchen because it's just assumed that those are there. So a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. And when you see apartment ads in the States or in an English-speaking country, that's what you will see. 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, or 2/2. You'll see something like a 3/2 apartment, which is 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Okay, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And excellent. And Monica, can you quickly tell us, we only have 30 seconds, but can you tell us a little bit?
Okay, I live in a 2-bedroom and 1-bath apartment. It's a small apartment, but it is cozy and comfortable for me. And it is also convenient because it is not too far from my job place and also to the center of the town.
I'm going to say this real fast. It is in a good location.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm making it short and simple just because we're out of time. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for your participation. I hope you learned some new words and phrases and got some feedback. And I just hope you all have a wonderful day. As we say, as they used to say in Finland, or they say in Finland now, they say "Hyvä päivä jatkoa," which is continue to have a great day. So everyone, continue to have a great day. I am going to bed now. It is 3 a.m. It's time for me to call it a day. So everyone. See you all later. Thank you very much.
Sweet dreams. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.